Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? Yo, all right. So back in the day, way back in the day, Socrates. There was an oracle who said Socrates was the smartest man in the world. They declared Socrates the smartest man in the world. But Socrates was like he was very uncomfortable with that. Like he didn't. It made him uneasy to be considered that. So he wanted to prove that he wasn't the smartest man in the world. So he went out. He went out all around the land, talking to people and trying to find a man smarter than him or woman, or whatever. And what he found out was he came to the conclusion after talking to a good amount of people, after he got a good sample size of the community. He was like, you know what? I'm the smartest motherfucker here, and I am the smartest person because when I talk to everyone, all these people have convictions. They believe they know the exact way that a thing is supposed to be. They say they know that they have these deep convictions about shit, where Socrates, his mind was fluid. All right, he was like, I know I'm smartest. I know who I am. I mean, I'm the smartest man here because I know that I know nothing. Right? He didn't have any convictions. He was at any moment. He was if he thought something, and if he was presented with evidence to the contrary, he was like solid evidence. He was willing to go with that. And I find it like nowadays people don't have that, man. People have these convictions. You ever notice how quick a motherfucker is to dismiss the science when it conflicts with their preconceived notions? Like they'll be like, oh, some of you probably have some of these. so like climate change, for instance, they'll be like, climate change is not man-made, it's not caused by carbon. And then all the science, they'll say, yo, the science is corrupt. I'm like, fuck. I mean, I'm sure you can fool some of the scientists some of the time, but you can't fool all the fucking scientists all the time. It's your convictions that are fucked up. What did Nietzsche say? Convictions are the enemy of truth. So I say that to say, and even this with this bodybuilding shit, like everyone just knows. They just know exactly how much creatine everyone should take. They know exactly. You just know exactly how much protein every person should take, huh? Fuck out of here. Listen. So this is what I want to tell you. Preceding this Q&A, everything I say and everything you hear in general it's hypothetical until you apply it to your own life. All right. I'm only giving you guidelines based on what I've seen work for myself and what I've seen work for the people I've trained what I've seen work for the people I've trained, with over a decade of experience in the fitness industry. So it's stuff that's likely to work for you. I give you no guarantees, and you shouldn't take anything I say, anything I say or anyone else. Don't take any of that shit as set in stone, right? Everything's hypothetical until you apply it to your own life. So having that said, let's begin. Yo, follow George on Instagram, @MeowMixPoppy. His page is popping. Somebody say nigger? Okay, nigger070 says, where the white bitches at? Brother, if I knew that, I wouldn't be fucking with y'all in a motherfucking feral, in a motherfucking street cat. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be fucking with a black nigger cat and y'all if I knew that. All right, so what's up? I didn't think he's a cat person. Let me tell you, I think I've told the story of George. My friend, she's a vet, and she was like, I guess when they have George's whore mother was dropped off pregnant in front of the veterinarian, and she was pregnant. Just somebody they went there, and there was just a pregnant cat there, and so they gave birth to all George's brothers and sisters. She get in the whole litter, and all the brothers and sisters and his whore mom got adopted, but nobody adopted George because he's all black, man. Black cats are supposed to be bad luck. She was like, yo, I got this cat. He's so nice. He's so cute. Can you just take them? And I was like, nah, man, I don't want no cat. Throw them out in the street. Let Darwin figure the shit out if you don't want to kill him. You know, let's see how he adapts. Let's see if Darwin is right. Let's see if he deserves to pass his genes on. But instead, she begged me to come. So I went and checked him out. And I pulled him out. I pulled him out of his cage. He's little. Then he jumped on my shoulder, kind of like this, but he stayed. And then he was like, I was like, all right, fuck it. You can come with me. Let's do it. Somebody says, what kind of pre-workout do you use? I have a video on how to make your own pre-workout, and I kind of like use my own stack. It's so I use some. I guess I get the raw ingredients and kind of just mix it together. You should check that video, how to make your own pre-workout. I explained in the video better than I can explain it to you here. What do you think about doing 5x5 every day or something similar? 5x5 is a good program. It's somewhere. Is the beauty of that program is it's in between strength and hypertrophy. So it's in between gains. It's getting bigger and strength. It lies right in the middle. And so you'll get stronger and you'll build bigger muscles. So it's good parameters. I think it's fine. See, you know, like anything, try to see if it works for you. When you want to try a number of different parameters, right? Don't just take one because someone tells you, or if I say, yeah, 5x5 is awesome, just do it. Don't just take what I say and work. Try. That's why it's important to keep a log. It's why it's important to keep a log. You try different things and then see what works best for you. So you might say, when I was doing 5x5, my lifts went up this much, and I gained this much weight, whatever. But when I did four sets of 6, then it was better. Or when I did 3 sets of 10, whatever. I don't even know what that was. When I did 3 sets of 10, it was better, right? You got to. That was a hypothetical analogy, but I'm just saying you see what works best for you. You know, that's really the main thing, man. What's my eating protocol right now? Right now, I've been I did intermittent fasting for over 2 years, for about 2 years. And this year, for the first 2 months, I just wanted to stop doing that for a minute, just to try out some other things. So I'm really just experimenting these 2 months. I don't have anything. I've been experimenting. I'm just going through some experimental phase. I'm going to probably go back to intermittent fasting in March, just because I really enjoy it. I just really enjoy intermittent fasting, not so much for the aesthetic benefits, but because I find I'm more productive during the fasting period. Like my brain works so much faster, I get a lot more done. Have I ever had to use my gun in real life? I never had to shoot anyone, if that's what you're asking me. And I don't really want to go into there's other shit that I can't, there's no statute of limitations on, so I don't want to go into it. Where is your hair? I started cutting my hair shaving my hair when I was 16 because I wanted to be like my idols, Tupac and Jordan. And then DMX came in. That's further cemented my allegiance to the bald headness. And then when I was in college, I wanted to try to grow it because my hair is like curly when the girl, it's like it's brown and it's curly. And some old ghetto girls like, ooh, you should grow your hair out. And I tried to grow it and I saw that I was kind of thinning on top. All the men in my family are bald. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just go back to how I was getting it, Books for success. I'll just throw some out right quick. Think and Grow Rich, 48 Laws of Power, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Power of Positive Thinking. Ignore the religious part of that shit because it's nonsense. I mean, I can go on and on, man. I'm just looking. Oh, yo, Tony Robbins waking the giant premiere. I've been hearing a lot of people saying that Tony Robbins is a charlatan, and I'm just like, it seems to be like when people say that shit, I almost inevitably I find out that they are people who have not reviewed the material. It's not people who haven't reviewed the material, man. Like, if anything, if you want to criticize Tony Robbins, let's just say that he fucking the most valid criticism is that he stole a lot of his shit from Freud, Sigmund Freud. That would be the most valid criticism. But to say he's a charlatan, it's like that's bullshit. You just haven't reviewed the material. Modeling tips. Shout out from Austria. What up? What up? What up? What up, Austria? Yo, I don't know, bro. Like with that shit, I'm gonna film a video on it soon, how to get into modeling, because people have been asking me. But really, man, it's like if you either got it or you don't. It's like that's not the kind of thing you can just network your way into. If you got it, you got it. If you got the goods, and you go to agency's open call, they're gonna. All right, like I got scouted by my agency in New York, so I don't really know what it's like to go into fucking all these agencies, you know. But I would see other people, other guys or girls coming to the agency on open call day. And I remember once I was in there and this guy was he's like, yo, I want to be a motherfucking model and shit. And I'm paraphrasing, that's not how he said it. And then the dude was like, yeah, you got to work on your body more. You know what I'm saying? And they said, Brandon, take off your shirt. show him what he had to look like. And I was hella ripped at the time. And I was like, and it was funny to me. I knew it was a dick move, and I did it, and the dude felt all sad, and he kind of just went home, you know, and that was a dick move on both our part. I did it because I thought it was because there was some women there too who I wanted to see. That's how I roll, you know what I'm saying? Anything but the ladies. What was it like attending Howard University? Yo, Howard University was fun as fuck. I was gonna go to Michigan State. That's where I got accepted. In the year before that, they had won the Final Four, so I was pretty excited to go to Michigan State. I also got accepted to DePaul University. I was thinking about those, but my cousin Chicago G. Follow him on Instagram, Chicago G773. He owns a bodega in Queens. No, I'm sorry, in Harlem, 110th and Lex. If you're in the Harlem area and you need like snacks or like a bag of chips or something, go to 110 and Lex, the bodega. Anyway, on the side of the project, across the street from the projects. Anyway, he was like, yo, man, you need to go, man. This fucking 12 girls to every guy there. And I was like, oh shit, man. But listen, Michigan State, I won't be attending. Yo, it was awesome. I say, you know what I'm saying? I met, you know what I'm saying, wifey there, you know. What supplement should I avoid if I'm allergic to dairy? You should probably avoid dairy. Supplements containing dairy. But like whey protein might give you some issues. So try whey isolate. You know, I don't want to be dick about this. Just try whey isolate because that might help you. It might not. Fitness Expo. Yeah, I'm gonna be at the Fitness Expo. So if you come in, if you're in the LA area this weekend, come on down to the Fitness Expo. I think it's like $25 to get in. Say what up to me. If you got your highlight shirts, rep your highlight shirts when you're down there so I can find you. I ain't gonna be at no booth or nothing. I'm just gonna be walking around saying what up. Should I take creatine while cutting? Thoughts on this and thoughts on the Super Bowl. Yo, man, I say do take creatine while you're cutting, right? Because it'll help you retain some of your muscle mass. And I don't really think creatine makes you retain water, man. I think like a lot of the times when people say creatine made them retain water, it's because they were taking because they were taking like some creatines with like a lot of sugar in them, you know, like back in the 90s, Phosphagen or Celtec. All that shit had Celtec, all that shit had a lot of fucking like sugar in it deliberately, right? Because of whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. The Super Bowl, man. Congratulations to the Patriots, I guess. You know, I was happy to see Darrelle Revis finally get a ring, you know, after being on the fucking Jets for so long, you know. Finally, got the ring he deserved. You know, Pete Carroll said we threw it. That when they threw the interception, he was like, "Yo, we threw it. We thought we could waste the play. When it was second down, we thought we could waste the play." And I'm glad he said that. I'm glad he said it because, yo, in life you can't waste plays. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want y'all to take away from that. In life, you can't waste plays. Everything counts. Everything you do counts. It's like if you're gonna do something, do it. Go do it. You know, do what you think has the best chance of winning. You can't waste plays, and you just can't waste plays. BBC, sorry for being personal, but you mentioned your dad. I've seen your brother. Where's your mother in all this? Oh, my mom's chilling. She's cool. She's cool. Okay, BBC, what do you think if hypothetically everyone would start reading and becoming lions? Would the world be a better place? I think it'd be a better place if more people read because more people would be there'd be more intelligent people like amongst us. Like there's some real like you guys might not know this, right? Because the majority you watch this, you know, I'm sure you guys have a baseline intelligence. But you know, I got over 600,000 Facebook fans and you know a bunch of fans on social media, and like once you get a larger sample size of the population, you really find out that the average the average intelligence level may be a little lower than you initially suspected, and you get to see firsthand who's bringing the average down. So I don't know if because they be lions, because like some people just aren't. Not everybody's cut out for leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like leadership is like even certain situations I'm in, and I'm like I'd rather have someone else lead that situation. Like I'm not the guy who just has to be the leader and the alpha male in every situation. That's moronic. You know, even when the president goes to the doctor, he knows that he's subordinate in that situation, and if he has any fucking sense, he will let his doctor take the alpha role. There's always situations where you can be in, you know, there's always a hierarchy, right? So nobody wants to be the leader all the time in every situation, or they shouldn't if they're smart. You know, that's dumbasses want to be the leader all the time in every situation because they don't know, because they're fucking ignorant, you know. But fuck am I talking about? Right. Yeah, so like if we can get the baseline, if we can raise the baseline intelligence a little bit, I think the world would be a better place, you know. I think the world would be a lot better place. And you can just see it, like you can throughout history, like, you know, 200 years ago, if a woman dropped a glass, a piece of glass, and it didn't break, she's obviously a witch. We gotta fucking burn her at the stake. Who knows what other sorcery she'll cook up, right? But now that we're more intelligent, you know, we don't kill women because we suspect them to be witches. You know, intelligence is always is always a plus as far as society is concerned. You know, we used to, you know, when Galileo got locked up because he said, "Listen, guys, the fucking world goes around the sun." You guys know that, right? You guys know that, right? And he was put on house arrest till he died. So it's like now we know that that's a fact. So it's like intelligence is always a plus for society. What age did you start growing facial hair? Man, I still can't grow a legit beard, man. Straight up. Like if I tried to do this shit, it would be like patchy and whack. I'd look like Derrick Rose. You know, it should be looking like a little forest sometimes, you know, or like a lot of them NBA players, their shit grows a lot of weird. Yeah, it'd be like that, man. So I don't know, man. It just gradually when I got into my like early 20s actually. And I'm 30 fucking 2 and I still can't grow a legitimate beard. But I'm just not a hairy guy. Like you guys see me with my torso, like I don't shave my chest. I have some hairs on my chest, but you just can't see, the camera can't pick it up unless I put it in, or even my arms. Like I don't shave my arms. I just like you can kind of see the hairs like when I get close, but I'm just not a hairy guy. You know, most of the guys in my family aren't, head included. Uh, how to work legs after having knee surgery, after having 3 knee surgery, bruh. I don't know, and I'm not really qualified to give medical advice. So I think it'd be irresponsible if I tried to do it, especially without even see. Even if I was a doctor, I probably wouldn't. You know, I don't know if I could diagnose you over the internet without even seeing you. What I will say, what I think you should do is like see a professional and do what they say, man. Yo, how much cardio harms muscle mass and how much cardio is good or bad? I think you should always do cardio for the simple fact that you know it's good for your heart is your most important muscle. You know what I'm saying? So I do, and plus I do cardio even when I'm bulking because like if you get big, if you your conditioning will start to wane. You know, your conditioning will start to deteriorate if you start putting on extra pounds, but you're not working, you're not training your heart to move that extra weight. How much is going to harm muscle mass? That's going to be really dependent on you. You know, you're gonna have to find out what works best for you. 2-3 times a week, 10-20 minutes a day, 2-3 times a week. I'm sure that should be for the most part you'll be able to get away with that. You know. But I used to play basketball like 3-4 hours a day, and I got skinny, and it's like fuck that. How much protein? How important is protein to you? To me, it's about as important as like gasoline is to an automobile. Like I think it's pretty important. You know, like I try to consume a lot. Yo, okay, what's your opinion on marijuana / weed? Do you think it impacts your workouts and intelligence? Well, all right. For as far as how it impacts, it's going to vary from person to person. You know how the high affects your performance. Like some people work out high and they say it helps them. It's a performance enhancer. For me, every time I've ever worked out high, it's like it just slowed me down. The workouts took too long, but that's me. You know what I'm saying? So we all react a little different. Stimuli, we're all different people. So now, as far as putting smoke inside your lungs, you know, that's not the best thing. You know, it's obviously not going to be good for your conditioning, right? Maybe though, right? Like, cause, like, man, I used to smoke cigarettes when I was younger, and it just didn't affect me. Like, I still played basketball, I still ran. So, it was I would probably be better if I didn't. Most likely, right? Putting smoke in your lungs is not going to be the best thing for you. So I don't know. For from a health perspective, it's probably better to use edibles instead. You know what I'm saying? And plus, it's kind of a better high when you eat it. I think, you know, because I feel like your whole body gets high. A little different. Studies show you only need 0.7 grams of protein for body weight. Why do you take so much protein? Exclamation point. All right, so check it out. You need a certain amount of calories per day, right? If body composition is important to you, where do you think those calories should come from? You think it should come from carbohydrates? Well, here's the thing: they can, but that's going to spike your insulin levels, and when your insulin levels are spiked, your body will not utilize your fat cells for energy. It's actually going to rush glucose into it. So, like, where are you going to get your protein from? I mean, where are you gonna get your calories from? You're gonna get it from fats. You can do that, and there might be some benefits for that. I'd rather get it from protein. You know what I'm saying? And then studies show what studies. You know how I know what you're talking about. I've seen those studies, and for the most part, maybe you're talking about a different study than I'm talking about, but those were regular motherfuckers. You know, those were. You know, I'm working. Listen. I work. I go a little harder than the average motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like I'm just be honest with you. I go a little harder for the average motherfucker, and my needs in what I require, what requires to fuel this engine might be different than what's required to fuel another engine. You know, like Mack trucks need different gas than a Prius. You know what I'm saying? Water per day. I do a gallon to 2 gallons a day. Never less than a gallon. Oh, but water intoxication is going to kill you. We all gonna die someday. That's so rare. Water intoxication is so rare that when I look for statistics, I can't even find statistics on how many people die from it a year. Can you give some tips on increasing your caloric intake? Sure, brother. What you want to do is, well, what makes it easier is drinking the calories, man. Like that 1,500 calorie shake. It's easier to just get it. Yeah, I drank that in 10 minutes, but it might take you longer to eat a meal. The same amount of calories. Drinking calories really helps. You said before you were a doomsday prepper. Can you share your thoughts on advice? Yeah. Yo, I'm going to be the only black man on Doomsday Preppers. The show, I'm going to have a Gucci hazmat suit. And my episode is going to be called The Apoca Pimp. I'm going to have a Gucci hazmat suit with some Versace goggles, nigga. You know what I'm saying? The Apoca Pimp. I'm ready for the apocalypse, man. Zombies, all that. Nah, I don't go that hard. I'm not qualified to be on this show. Just I got disaster shit, right? Because after Sandy, Hurricane Sandy, like people were fucked up. They didn't have lights for a long time. I mean, they had power for a long time. Some people didn't have running water. So I just want to be prepared for anything like that. You know, there was a few years ago here in Queens and Brooklyn. If any of y'all in New York, you remember that a few years ago, there was a fucking tornado that hit. There was a tornado that hit in Brooklyn, and then it hit in Queens. And power was out, cables out all through this area, like trees were down. Well, and I just that came out of nowhere. At least we saw Sandy coming. You know, we had time to prep for that. Tornado came out of fucking nowhere. A tornado in New York City. So it's like you just gotta be prepared for anything. Shit's gonna happen. So I have enough water, food, cat food so we can all bug in here and survive here if something goes wrong, and batteries and flashlights and lights that we can stay in here for a few weeks if we need to. I got enough cat food, enough litter. If we need to stay here for a few weeks without those essentials, man, we'll be straight. We'll live through it. You know, we won't suffer. I think it's important for all of you guys to do that. Like just a little bit of shit. Like shit happens, man. Like shit happens. Natural disasters happen. Earthquakes. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. And then if shit really gets out of hand, I got the motherfucking 38. And I'll put a fucking hole through anyone. I don't care. Oh shit, man. All right. Are you a good fighter? I have not been in a fist fight in a long time, man. Like, here's the thing. I got this thing called I started working out because I used to get into a lot of fights. And that's why I started lifting weights. And the funny thing is when you start getting into shape and you become a more formidable opponent, people stop fucking with you. So like, I don't need like I don't even get into situations where I have to like check anybody really. Like I call it the lion in the room philosophy. Maybe I'll do a video on it, or maybe I won't have to because I might just explain it right now. But if you walk into a room and there's a fucking lion in that room, you're not gonna just start fucking with it. You know, you're gonna be cool. Even if it's sleeping and it's not being aggressive, you're just gonna be cool. You know, there's a fucking lion. God, there's a fucking lion in the room, right? You respect its power and what it's capable of, right? Even if you've never seen this lion fight, even if it's not being aggressive, it could be sleeping or it could be playing with a piece of yarn. You know, it could be acting gregarious, and you still like this is a fucking lion. I better not agitate it, right? I better not step on its toes. Even if you're a lion, even if you're a bigger, badder lion, you still don't want to fuck with a lion, do you? Of course not, you know? So like people just don't really fuck with me like that. Not saying I'm the biggest, baddest guy, but there's easier targets, you know, like predators look for prey. Predators don't fight other predators, you know. Lions don't eat other lions, not because lions don't taste good, but because they don't want to fuck, you know, predators look for prey. Easier targets. Gazelles don't fight back. They just run, you know, and then get eaten. And that's what bullies or aggressors are trying to do. And I don't throw my weight around, right? I don't throw my weight around. Like even if I see guys like throwing their weight around, like I'm so confident in myself that I just yield to, I'll yield, you know, you got it, big dog. You know what I'm saying? You got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't have nothing to prove. So it's a little different. I'm never in those situations. But to answer your question, yes, I am a good fighter. I'll fuck you up. Who are my idols? Michael Jordan was one of the first idols. He was like a god if you grew up in Chicago in the 90s. Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, just from what he's come at, because we have similar backgrounds. We both come from nothing. We both had you know, trials and tribulations that we had to navigate through. I mean, he's like, but he set and continues to set the standard for success, you know, like in my mind, you know, beautiful family, and you know, multi-million-dollar businesses. I really just say, man, like honestly, James Bond and Jay-Z. I know James Bond's a mythical character, but if you guys ever see Casino Royale, there's a in that film, he's about to have sex with this bad chick. She's either Italian or some kind of Spanish, right? And she's fucking bad. Like she looks so good, right? And he's about to have sex with her, right? Intercourse. And then he gets a call and says, yo, James Bond, the terrorist is about to get on the plane. And he's like, right now? He's like, yeah, right now. And then he just leaves the chick, you know, and goes after the terrorist. I'd have been like, yo, you think we can, where's he gonna land? Maybe I can intercept him tomorrow. Real talk, man, real talk. That dude's about to blow up the world. I'll be like, listen, I might have fucked around and let the world get blown up for some pussy, is what I'm trying to say. Is Tupac still the best rapper ever? Tupac is the greatest rapper ever. The best is Eminem. Like as far as like just skill and technique, putting words together, it's Eminem. But Tupac he's the greatest. I don't know if you understand the difference, but I do. Bulking on peanut butter, thoughts? I mean, if you're bulking, you know, like eat whatever you want, right? I mean, for the most part, like just don't let yourself get fat. You know, don't get fat. And once you first get as lean as you want, then bulk. And then when you feel like I do it till I feel like I can't, like my abs are starting to go way too much, then I go back to cut. Do cigs affect muscle? I mean, I've heard that I've read studies that say that nicotine lowers testosterone levels, and I don't know if they meant it lowers your baseline or while you smoke they lower it, because there's a difference, you know. I had to look that up a little bit, you know, more, but I'm just gonna. I mean, honestly, it didn't affect me that much. It really didn't affect me that much when I was smoking. I just quit like 2 years ago, and then I started again. Like some, I started smoking again for a woman, then I quit again. So like, I mean, if I was you, I would never smoke a cigarette. It's the worst because it's like, once that shit grabs a hold of you, man. Like, not a day goes by, I don't want to smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just discipline. Somebody have to fight. So it's better to not have to fight it. Brandon, any advice on maintaining good energy throughout the day? Yeah, man, get more sleep. Get more sleep. Get more sleep. Like, I don't really get tired during the day. I don't get that because I get enough. I make sure I get enough sleep. And you might not be able to do what I do. Like, I just don't set an alarm because I work for myself. So I just, when I get up, when my body and when my body's ready, had enough sleep, I wake up. You know, you might not be able to do that. You know, when I do that, I never get tired, man. So maybe you start going to sleep a little bit earlier. Like, if you're tired throughout the day, you're not getting enough rest. You're not getting rest. That's a sign. Yeah, your body's tired. You want to get more rest at night. I heard Mike Rashad say he go to sleep at 9:30 every night. Kim Kardashian or Amber Rose? Oh, Kim for sure. Have you ever done gymnastic ring workout before? Yeah, I actually have a video on it. Snoop Froggy Frog asked that question. Yeah, Snoop. I have multiple videos on it. Brandon, what's your favorite book on self-discipline? I really need that. Thanks. Oh, it's right here, bro. Willpower. Rediscovering your greatest strength. Rediscovering the greatest human strength. Willpower. Shit goes hard to the motherfucker. Like, if I showed you this room, I'm fucking surrounded by books. I think I have a problem. It's beyond. There's a point where interest becomes obsession and compulsion. And I think that's where I'm at. How much sleep is enough sleep? It's going to depend on the person. Oh, I only slept 6 hours a day. All right, maybe 6 hours is enough for you, right? You know, I used to be able to sleep 5 hours a day and it was all good. But I at nine, sometimes 9.5. That's the sweet spot for me. I have more energy throughout the day. I recover better. I don't get sick. Yeah, man, it's awesome. Any tips on improving memory? Yeah, hold up. There's a book over here. Fuck. Which is it? Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Moonwalking with Einstein. Check this shit out, man. It's a good book about improving memory, man. Improving memory. So check that out. But if it's something you really want to memorize, make some flashcards. Like, that shit helps, man. Take it back to school, like the school techniques, but this time apply it to shit that you give a fuck about, not your times tables. Hey guys, I cannot read Spanish. Yo hablo un poquito español, but I cannot fucking read it. So, like, get that off your mind. I can understand it way better when you talk to me. Like, we were having a conversation. I can talk to you in Spanish and I can understand what you're saying, but I will not attempt to read that shit. Just finished Bolt. I'm following your meat and veggies, low carb advice. Yeah, 15 minutes of hit cardio a day. My muscles look hella flat. I'm only 3 days in. Is that normal? Yeah. All right, here's the thing. Every time people, that's good, right? What happens is your glycogen levels are low. So you are flat. The glycogen in your muscles is, making you look appear flat, and you've probably lost a lot of water weight, right? You probably had a lot of water weight. When you go on a low carb diet, or like a no carb diet, would sound like you're on, like your water weight just falls quick. And yeah, man, you'll be fine, bro. Like, you'll be fine. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. That's what every time people cut, they start to think that they're losing more muscle than they are, and they start to panic a little bit, and then they give up. But like, yo, don't panic. Don't panic. For the most part, you're looking flat because your muscles are the glycogen has left your muscles, and you're losing fat. So like, your muscles weren't as big as you thought they were as well. Once that water gets from around it and like some fat goes away from it, like it's kind of like every woman I've ever trained, she'll be like, oh man, every time I lose weight, I lose my tits or I lose my ass. I'm like, listen, your ass wasn't that big. Your titties wasn't as big as you thought. That was fat on them titties. All right. Now that you've lost the weight, your titties didn't get smaller. You're just not a fat girl anymore, right? Like they say, man, like fat girl with titties don't count, man. Because what are we talking about again? What's the question? Splenda or regular sugar? Listen, I say Splenda, right? But I know the yuppies aren't going to agree with me, so that's fine. You're entitled to that. You're entitled to that. You're entitled to that. But just okay. The yuppies are going to tell you that, hey man, Splenda's not natural, man. Sugar is natural. Like, no. Sugar's not natural, bruh. The sugar you get, white sugar you get at the table is not natural. It starts off as sugar cane. It's processed into molasses. Then it's processed into brown sugar. Then it's processed into table sugar. By the time you get to that point, your body doesn't even recognize it as real food. All right? So don't try to tell me that regular sugar is natural. It's about as natural as fucking, I don't know. It's not natural, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that word natural as it pertains to food is an exercise in semantics. It's an exercise in semantics. Like, I saw yeah, man. Splenda is just one step less natural than white table sugar, but that shit ain't natural either. Will you get a prenup when you get married? You should. What do you think about what's going on in the Middle East? I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. Speed reading question: how many words can you read? As blah blah blah. Also, did the speed reading course help with your dyslexia? No. With dyslexia, I still like sometimes if you, like right now, if you like give me like I never take anybody's phone number. I try to get them to take mine and text me because probably 8 times out of 10, I will write one of the words in reverse, one of the numbers in reverse. Like that's just some dumb shit I do, since I've been a kid. Like I've written words in reverse. Like when I wrote my books, man, like luckily I had this microphone and I had that software I told you guys about in my productivity video. Where I speak, like I talk to my book. I didn't have to like actually write it, because if I would have wrote it, you would have needed an army of editors to edit that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I still had somebody edit it, but it wasn't like it wasn't as harrowing as experience as it would have been. I think I started, man, my reading was pretty slow, like probably like in the low 300s, my words per minute. And it's pretty much doubled since then. You know what I'm saying? Like high 500s, low 600s. And I'm trying to get it up to 8, my reading words per minute. Any advice on having time to work out when you have two jobs? I had that same thing going on at one point. Once I had two jobs and I had to work out, uh, you just got to do it, man. No, I had a full-time job and a part-time job, and I had to work, you know, 12, 14-hour days, and you just got to squeeze an hour. You just got to squeeze an hour. Bring your shit to bring your gym bag with you, and just try to squeeze an hour in at some point. Like, I mean, you obviously got some time. You're watching this Q&A, right? Like more people, once you more people, we usually have more time than we give ourselves credit for, right? Like most people, they bullshit an hour a day either on the phone or on the internet or watching, reality TV or something. It's like when I was working two jobs and I still worked out a day, I didn't watch. Man, I don't think I watched any TV during that time. It's just because there was no time, man. Like it sucked. It sucked balls, But you just got to do it. When you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. If you don't want it bad enough, you'll find an excuse. And I believe in you, man. I believe you'll find a way, man. I believe that. What tattoos you have? This is the first tattoo I got. I got when I was 17. That's why it's so small. I'm going to get some shit around it, at some point. That's what I got. My mom picked it out. It means nothing. But then my mom picked out this tattoo. We just thought it was cool, like 3 years later. That's the only meaning they have. My mom picked them out. And then I got this right here. I can't tell you what it says. I mean, I know what it says. I just can't say. Oh, yeah. Damn. Somebody else asked about that. Awesome. Hey, Brandon, if you should start from the bottom with your knowledge again, what would be the first thing that you would be the most important for you to learn? It's not the way I read. That's the way this question is phrased. Which book? Soft skills or personality? Starting over. I think I fucking started pretty good, man. Like honestly, the real book that impacted me was Tony Robbins' Awakening the Giant Within. Then I read. Then the same year I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. What else? And Think and Grow Rich. The Magic of Thinking Big. Oh, hold on, man. I want to show y'all something. Hold up. I wanted to show y'all. I found this is a good book. I'm going to do a video on it. The Magic of Thinking Big, man. And I found my original fucking copy. It's all fucked up, man. But this is like, it was over 10 years old. I found the original one. Like my highlights are fucking like whited out. like they faded away, but I had the page I did with. This is a real good book. It's a real good one. Yeah, man. I mean, you know what, man? Those are good books to start with. Those are really good books to start with. And I would say, man, there's drawbacks to reading so much, honestly, man. Like the drawbacks are like you start to, I don't want to say it's like an arrogance. Maybe it is, I don't know. But it's kind of like you can't talk to just anybody sometimes, man. It's like you can't just talk to anybody, man. Like it's weird. It's weird. But then again, maybe that's the arrogance, right? Because I heard the story about Richard Branson. Elliot Holmes told me the story about Richard Branson. He said he had a friend who knew Richard Branson, and some crazy guy came up to them and started yelling, saying a bunch of not yelling, but saying a bunch of crazy shit. And Richard Branson took out a fucking notepad and started like, "Well, can you say that again?" And it was writing down what he said. Like, this is guy's multi-billionaire, but he's learning from everybody. So maybe I need to. If he can learn from more other people, maybe I should Maybe I can learn from morons too, is what I'm trying to say. What do you think about non-alcoholic beer in the evenings? I mean, I don't know what your goals are, so it's going to be hard for me to say it's going to be effective or ineffective. Hold on. Oh, need another light. But I don't know, non-alcoholic beer. It's like, why? That's like smoking weed with no THC. I mean, if you like it, then go for it, bro. You know what I'm saying? See, if it fits your macros. Biggest life goals. I can't tell you my life. I don't share my goals with people. Law number 3 is 48 laws of power. Conceal your intentions. So you shouldn't do it either. Did you ever think about joining the military? I got sent to a military high school, and if I hadn't had that awful experience, maybe I would have considered it. I think I'd have made a good Navy SEAL. What are you doing, bro? I think I would have made a good Navy SEAL. You know, like, fuck, I could have killed Bin Laden. That would have been cool. Couldn't make it happen. I missed out on that one. What's your thoughts on fitness watches Fitbit Charger? I just bought this yesterday. In fact, I have the yeah, man, I got the Fitbit Surge, bro. Yeah, man, this shit's kind of cool. I mean, I'm just still learning about it, so I'll do a review pretty soon. But it's pretty cool so far. I bought this. I used to have the Nike Fuel Band, and that shit sucked, man, because it was basically just a pedometer. So like, if I'm doing a pull-up, it thinks I'm standing still. It only went off movement. But if I'm jagging off or playing the guitar, it thinks I'm running a marathon, right? So it's pretty ineffective. But this new Fitbit, it has a heart rate sensor in the back. So it senses my heart rate. It can tell when I'm sleeping, so it tells me the quality of my sleep, and it tracks all that shit for me, which is kind of cool. You know, I'm a big believer in tracking, so I'm gonna fuck with it for a little while, then I'll give you guys a good review. What's your body fat percentage? I don't keep track of body fat percentage. I think it's because body fat percentage is notoriously hard to measure accurately. Like I remember once I was in the gym, I was working in the gym, and I had like 8 trainers. We all used the little clips, calibers, to measure the same chick, and we all got different numbers. You know, I mean, they weren't way off, but we got something different. You know, and it's maybe we just all sucked, right? But the best way to do it is, you know, the shit where you jump in the pool, and you know, unless you have access to a university facility, it's probably not, you know, it's probably not within your means. I have a scale that's supposed to measure my body fat percentage. That should be saying I'm like fucking 30% body fat, so that's bullshit. Yeah, man, I don't know. I really just go by how ripped I look, man. Like I don't have to you know, or I measure my waist with a tape measure, like, or I just go by how ripped I look. You know what I'm saying? I can really tell when I get really ripped. You can see in my face. Like right now, my face is a little full, you know. But like when I start getting real ripped, you can see my jawline more, and I start looking like that. That's kind of how I know when I'm ripped and when I'm not. I don't even know how the fuck he reads all this. His questions are going too much fast. Ha 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 ha. Listen, I don't know how the fuck I read this shit either, bro. I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. What's your opinion on test boosting supplements like D-aspartame? I'm not as familiar with that one. I've read conflicting studies on it. I would say I have to do more research on that. I've read conflicting studies on that shit. You know. You ever done boxing? Yeah. One of the guys who like taught me a lot about training, Aaron Muhammad from Southside Chicago. He's actually Steve Harvey's trainer right now, and he's also he's also the head of security. Well, one of the heads of security of Louis Farrakhan's security agency. And anyway, Aaron was the ex like Golden Gloves boxer. He taught me a lot of shit. Then I did some kickboxing too, some training, but never like I never entered like a tournament or no shit like that. I only work out at night, and the no carbs till after workout diet is really hard. Any advice? Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do, man. I'll be honest with you. Try to eat more vegetables. Try to eat more so you're fuller. Uh, and tough it out, man. Like it's simple, but it's not easy. I just read this book. Why We Get Fat. And, yo, this shit further cemented my allegiance. Like I knew it worked. I knew the shit worked, but yo, this author broke down why the low carbs was so effective. Oh man, it's like I recommend it. He talked about the same shit. Insulin. Man, yeah, it works, bro. It's like it's not easy. You do get used to it though. Like after a while, you get used to it. The first 2 weeks is the hardest. Yay, Brandon, how's your experience with YouTube? I'm trying to start a YouTube channel. Do you have any suggestions? Yeah, be patient. Be patient. Like I would just say that. Be patient. It's gonna take a while for your shit to start gaining steam. Rarely you see a YouTube channel that's popular with under 100 videos. And the reason for that is you want to post a lot of videos about shit that people are searching for. Like, so each video you gotta think is just like each video is almost like a commercial for you, right? You gotta every time you do a video, think of it as like, all right, if this is the first time someone is exposed to me, how am I gonna come across to get that person to subscribe? Like these Q&A videos do not do that. Like these are the worst videos for that. This is only for the base. Like this is just this is just my way of trying to interact with the fans and trying to, I don't know, man, help y'all if I can. Like this does not help me at all. This shit does not help me at all. Like don't do shit like this. Is what I'm trying to say. What you need to do is just post a lot of videos about shit that people that people want to see, man. Like it's not like people always want to ask what the tricks are and some tips. Like, nah, man, just post a lot of videos about shit people want to see. People ask me about Facebook. I got over 600,000 Facebook likes. Post a lot of shit that people like. And like I said in that video the other day, man, yo, if you got the goods, you don't need no elaborate fucking techniques to get people to fuck with you. People are gonna come in droves. If you got the goods, people won't come, That would be my TED talk. If I had to give a TED talk, I'd be like, look here, if you got the goods, people gonna come fuck with you. And then I would leave. It'd be the quickest TED talk ever. Oh, funny you should ask. Danny O says, yo, I'm 17 and I have the chance to do a TED Talk X in a few months. Don't know what to talk about. Any suggestions? You gotta find. George did something silly, man. You gotta find a subject that you're passionate about and you're knowledgeable of, that you can. Because here's the thing: it's gotta be both. You gotta speak from a place of authority, so that's where the knowledge comes from. But you have to be passionate about it to engage the listener. Like if you're not passionate about it, then it might not resonate. The more you believe it, the more that energy, people feel that energy. How do not give a fuck about what people say? Here's the thing: you cannot control other people's thoughts. You know that, right? You can't control other people's thoughts. no matter how hard you try. So your self-confidence and self-worth cannot be based on other people's thoughts, right? Because you can't control it, right? So now, so if your confidence and self-worth is based on something you can't control, then you have no say, right? It needs to be, your confidence needs to be based on something else, you know, like that's what I have the video on how to become more confident. That's going to help you build a kind of confidence, a self-reliant confidence. If it's based on what other people think or what other people say, it's going to be fleeting. So if your confidence is so high, like my confidence is so high that when motherfuckers say shit about me, I don't really take it like, it's like, I take it like, yo, they're wrong. You know, I mean, I take constructive criticism, but only from trusted sources, only from sources I depend, I believe in. And then even then, I always take it with a grain of salt. It's like people gonna say shit about, people gonna say shit about you all the time, man. I mean, they killed Martin Luther King. They were saying wild shit about him, and then they fucking murdered him. Who? The haters. They killed Kennedy. The haters, man, they killed Kennedy. They killed Julius Caesar. They killed Jesus. Yo, man, they be out here, son. They be out here. So don't let the haters control your self-worth and confidence, Fuck them motherfuckers. Here's the thing. The less you give a fuck about other people's, it's a paradox. Like the less you give a fuck about what other people think or other people's opinion, less you're trying to impress them, the more they're impressed. It seems like people, because everybody wants that, that we're all kind of attracted to that I don't give a fuck attitude, right? That's why motherfuckers like gangster rap. That's why James Dean was so popular, That's why Marilyn Monroe was popular. Like she was sexy, but she also had that I don't give a fuck kind of attitude, You got it. That's like we all are attracted to that. Nobody wants the motherfucker who's trying to kiss ass. How do you get perfect skin? I drink a lot of water. I try to stay, I don't let my stress levels get to a stress, can cause breakouts. I'm pretty even. Like how you see me right now, this is kind of like how I am, man. Like I'm kind of like, this is just me. This is baseline Brandon Carter. I'm a little hype. I'm enthusiastic. I crack jokes all the time. I don't really get stressed out even in bad situations, right? Because somebody else asked right here, do I meditate? And yeah, I meditate too. So like I'm pretty like I'm more even. I don't really, the highs don't get too high and the lows don't get too low. I'm pretty I stay steady, and I think that affects like your skin, like the stress levels can cause breakouts. And then I eat a lot of vegetables. If your shit is really bad, your skin is the organ. If your shit is really bad, you should really see a dermatologist, right? Because it's an organ, it's important. It might be indicative of a bigger problem. Just like if your heart's fucked up, you don't just ask some guy on YouTube, what to do about it. You go see a cardiologist, like, because it's an organ, it's important, Meditation, man. I mean, I think it helps. Water helps. Hey, Brandon, how can I stay in a positive mood all the time, or most of the time? You got to understand that bad things are going to happen, so they don't like deflate you. You can't expect the world. Don't expect the world to yield to your preferences. That's fucking childish, right? Like I see like a lot of people that get so mad just because the weather is bad. They prefer it to be 70 degrees and sunny, but the weather didn't yield to their preference, so they're going to be so it affects their mood. Or like every time you're in a bad mood, it's because something. Every time you're less than happy, something is not conforming to your preferences. And that's, how do I put this? Like, yeah, I prefer it to be sunny outside. I prefer to be a billionaire. I prefer my dad to still be alive. I prefer, someone to be sucking my dick right now. But these are all preferences, right? I don't let my preferences control my emotions. My preferences and my emotions are two totally separate things. And once you learn to separate those two, then you will find happiness. And you will not find happiness until you can learn to remove your emotions from your preferences. Like, it's all just like, just the world is not going to conform to your preferences, and things that you consider bad are going to happen. People are going to fuck with you. People are going to do dumb. Every time I meet somebody, man, or like start some sort of relationship with somebody, it's really, I expect them at some point to betray me or try to take advantage of me. That's law number 2, man. 48 laws of power. Don't put too much trust in friends, right? Like, I expect it, and so, like, when it happens, I'm not like devastated. Oh, how can he do this? I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what happens. That's kind of what happens. I expect things not to go my way. I plan for it. I plan for shit not to go my way. I have a contingency plan set up. If shit goes wrong. When I go, I started this shit exactly at 5, but I was sitting here at the fucking computer since like 4:30, right? Because I was planning for something. I planned for something to go wrong. I always give myself enough room for something to go wrong. And I do that in everything. I always give myself enough room. And if you expect shit to go, don't expect shit to go wrong, but plan for it. Both mentally and like in like real concrete plans. And then when it happens, not if, when it happens, you won't be so surprised, Brandon, what's your biggest conflict based on racial matters? I'm a gypsy, by the way. Like, I haven't had a lot of, like, when I got sent to military school, I came from like South Side Chicago with a predominantly black neighborhood. Then I ended up, I was like the only, in military school though, I was like the only black kid in my graduating class, and that initially, I started in high school. Initially, it had its own unique set of problems, but towards the end, it was kind of like, you'll never understand. Like, when you're the only black kid, motherfuckers think you're the coolest. Motherfuckers think you're the coolest. So like, it wasn't like the racial shit I deal with. It's just like little shit that, like, white boy Brian doesn't have to think about. Like, when I go into a store, I don't like put my hands in my pockets because I know they're kind of looking at me like I'm going to steal something, or like, I find this might not even be racial. It just might be my appearance in general. Like, I'm black, I'm bald, I got tattoos, I got big ass muscles, and so people are just kind of scared of me in general. I can induce fear unless I present myself in a way that's disarming, to put them at ease. And I feel like I just do that. I think about that all the time. Like, when I go into a place where I go out of my way to put people at ease. That's what smile, charisma, all that shit from, How to Win Friends, Influence People, that Dale Carnegie shit. That I put people at ease. So I don't know if it's a racial thing. I think it's just just me in general. I could be intimidating if I don't take that into account. So, and intimidation can be scared. It can be like cops, like, like when I'm talking to the cops, I turn into Carlton Banks, right? Because I know they can kill me with impunity, right? So like, I'm not trying to be the next nigga on the news. Brandon, what do you think of the New World Order and the Illuminati? Look here. I don't believe in that Illuminati shit. I mean, I'm just gonna. You don't see what George is in a box right now. He's inside a box. That's his thing, man. He loves boxes. Um, yeah, all that shit is bullshit, man. All that shit is bullshit. You know, like I've done a lot of studying. I've read a lot of it. You know, so I read a bunch of books about David Icke. You know, what I'm saying those of you conspiracy theorists. Hey, if you want to hear some crazy conspiracy theory, read the homie David Icke, man. He goes hard. And then I walked away just, you know, yeah, this is pretty much bullshit. It's pretty much bullshit. Like, first of all, to believe, listen, here's the thing. To believe in the Illuminati, you kind of got to believe in the devil, right? To believe in the devil, you have to believe in God. And to believe in God, you have to have fell victim to an antiquated ideology that perpetuates lies from thousands of years ago. So like I mean all that shit is bullshit. All that shit is bullshit. If you read any like psychological studies done on people who believe in conspiracy theories, how it gives people the notion people want to believe in conspiracy theories, right? Not to say that some shit there's not some things that are just bad, you know, but it's not hidden, it's all in fucking plain sight, you know. But anyway, people want to believe in conspiracy theories because they want to believe that shit doesn't just randomly happen fucked up, right? If they believe there's some kind of order, like or new world order or some kind of order, or someone's pulling, people want to believe that somebody's pulling the strings, you know, someone's making all this shit happen, and they want to believe that it's just fucking random shit, right? It's a certain perverse kind of comfort. This is not me talking. These are the studies I've read on from psychologists on this. They want to believe there's something going on behind the scenes, and it's not just random. Because if it's just random, that's scarier. That's fucking scarier, and that's why religion was invented, bro. It's the same reason religion was invented, because they want to believe there's some kind of order, right? Back in the days, 2,000 years ago, fucking, you know, more than half the kids would probably die of some dumbass disease that, you know, we cured now, right? Like smallpox or measles or a fucking cold, right? Thousands of years ago. And like, how do you explain that shit? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, oh, God must have did it because we weren't fucking this or that or something. It's easier to, if God did it, then it makes more sense, right? Then it's like, it gives you some sort of comfort, and shit is not random. Babies aren't just fucking dying for no reason if you believe God did it. Right? But you know, just because you want to believe something doesn't make it true. That was a long walk, bro. Arnold versus Ronnie. Arnold. What's the most important thing I learned from Elliot Hustle? You mean when we met, when we were hanging out? What's the thing he said to me? There was okay, I was talking about my old YouTube channel and how it got deleted, and they wouldn't tell me why. Cause he knew me from then. Cause like when I had already had my old shit up when he first started his, and that's how he knew me. Cause I was whatever, and I told them they just deleted my shit and I had to start over from scratch. And then like, my Facebook wasn't popping in out because I wasn't using like other social media. Like I didn't really give a fuck. I was only focused on YouTube. And he said, yo, he said in business, the most dangerous thing, the most dangerous number is one, right? Because if all your eggs are in this one basket and if it goes wrong, then you know you have nothing, right? So he says like, yo, if one of his shits dies, when his at the time he said like if my YouTube gets deleted or something, I can just tell everybody on Facebook or my email list, hey, I'm here now. Come follow me here, right? And you know, so that was kind of, and that kind of goes with my whole philosophy too. Like that goes with my whole philosophy about like just always having a contingency plan, always expecting shit to go wrong and planning for it, planning for shit to go wrong, so it doesn't fucking take you by surprise. Bruh, you watch porn? Sometimes, man. Sometimes. I mean, I don't jag off much. I don't jag off much just because I'm kind of busy. Like I'm too busy to be sitting around jacking off. And you know, I try to have sex, you know, with wifey, you know what I'm saying, as much as possible. Uh yeah, so I don't jag off much, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. If I do though, I really like this chick, man. My favorite porn star, this chick named Skin Diamond. That's my kind of chick, man. Skinny and just pretty face, you know what I'm saying? Small tits, nice ass. That's my whole style right there. That's how I get down. He said I thought the video jammed, but I did. I'm fucking with you. That was me. Please answer. Do you recommend doing barbell curls or pull-ups for biceps since pull-ups are compound exercise? I mean, pull-ups are good exercise to do whether you want to work your biceps or not, just because it's a good, you know, back exercise. Probably one of the best upper. If I only had to pick one, I'd say pull-ups, but like you can still do barbells too. Like I do isolation exercises for biceps and triceps. I'll put it like that, but you don't have to pick one. Do both. Should I work out when I'm sore? Yeah, I mean you can. You can. I used to. I kind of changed my position on it. I used to be like, yo, just wait till you're not sore again. But then after doing squat every day shit, I like it stopped getting sore. And then I did some more research, more studying, you know, and just I came to the conclusion that I don't think that being sore is a good indication of how good the workout is. I don't get sore at all anymore. Do you have a lot of stalkers? Nah, man. I've had to change my numbers a few times, man, for some bitches, you know, back in the day, but nothing crazy. This one bitch used to show up places, man, like she used to just show up where I was at, you know, because I say on social media I'm gonna be at, and she would just show up. I'm like, look, bitch, I don't fucking like you, like not even as a person. Like, please stop fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it. It's hard for you to find someone as fucking fly as me. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be an easy task. You know, it's kind of hard to go back to hamburger helper once you done had filet mignon, you know, and you really not that motherfucking hot. You know what I'm saying? So like the odds of you getting another nigga like me is slim as fuck, right? But listen, you just gotta accept the reality of the situation that I ain't really fucking with you no more. You gotta move on, baby. But she wasn't really trying to hear that shit. What's your deadlift, squat, and bench? I don't max out, bro. It's not my thing. How do you learn to decide quicker? By deciding quicker. For real, like decisiveness is a skill, and that skill comes from practice. So like make decisions, make decisions all the time. Someone asks you, hey man, do you want the blue shit or you want the red shit? Don't be like, hey, I don't care. No, say make a decision. Make a decision. Every time. Everything. Don't say it doesn't matter, make a decision. Hey, you want to sit in the motherfucking front or you want to sit in the motherfucking back? You say, okay, no, make a decision. Make a decision. Be decisive. Like once you start getting that, some of these decisions are gonna be bad. Like some of these decisions are gonna be bad, but that's gonna help you make better decisions going forward. And you're never gonna get to the point where you make 100% right decisions. That's impossible. But sometimes just decisiveness and boldness is better than listen. Law 25, 48 laws of power. Interactions with boldness. You know, timidity is dangerous. No one respects the timid. Everyone honors the bold. You know, so sometimes just going into a situation with boldness is better. It's just better than doing nothing or being timid. Brandon, why are you so awesome? I don't know. No, thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. I'm printing on Russell Brand's The Truths. I like his shit, man. He's funny. He's articulate. You know, I mean, I don't agree with everything he says. You know, he's very idealistic, and he's very left wing. And I used to be very left wing too. Like if this was like 2008, I'd been like, yo, he's the fucking man, you know, like everything he's saying is 100% true and accurate. We should all listen to Russell Brand. But like now, I feel like now I've changed my position, and I think that any extreme ideology is bad. Extreme right wing, extreme left wing. Those extremes are just, not only are they, the likelihood of them being accurate is low when you're on extremes, but it's also the likelihood of any extreme ideology being implemented on a large scale is so slim, because it's too slim. It's almost, there's no way, right? Because the population is so big, and we all have different ideas and different motives, right? And different, we're just different people, right? So we're all never going to agree on one. All right, listen, you got hard right ideology, hard left ideology. Pick one. You know, it's like it's never going to work like that. It's never going to work like that. And you got to find balance, man. And that's the problem with our political system, especially here in America. It's like nobody wants to give in. The problem is people have these convictions. That's how I start this shit off. Convictions are bad. So if you're not willing to, if your ego is wrapped up in your ideology or your conviction, you won't yield at all, and you won't be able to make any concessions, and you won't be able to compromise. And that's the problem with our government here in America, and a lot of you know, a lot of governments around the world. You know, like just extreme ideology, it is bad. Extremism is awful, ineffective, and counterproductive in almost every respect. Negative thinking, how to overcome it. It's all about a matter of focus. So find more positive things to focus on, and don't just pump yourself up on some bullshit like, yeah, I'll just be positive. Now it doesn't work like that. You know, I mean, you might be able to get some kind of initial jolt from that, but it's not, it'll be too difficult to sustain over a long period of time. What you want to do is you want to train yourself to focus on what you want. It's like if a car, like when race car drivers, when they teach somebody, I have a friend who drives race cars, right? And he was telling when you've probably read this. I also read this shit in a book too, but I asked him, was this true? And he said, yeah. It's like if you're about to crash, they tell you to, like, I'm about to crash here. They tell you to look where you want to go, and that's the only way you can get out of the crash. Like if you look at where you're going to go, where the wall you're crashing, you're going to hit the wall. Wherever you look, you're going to go. So find the direction you want to go in, and focus on that. Focus on the direction you want to go in, and that inherently is more positive than focusing on everything that's bad. And then things that are bad, man, like are rarely as bad as you think, you know. And you can always pull some good out of that shit, man. I'm telling you, when shit goes wrong, you can pull some good out of that shit. It's going to do something for you. It's going to do something. It's going to train. If nothing else, the fact that you get out of that bad situation will give you confidence in future bad situations that are coming. Like, make no mistake. I don't care what economic status you are in. I don't care what you got going on, what kind of privileged lifestyle you have. Bad things are on the horizon. They will come, and you need to prepare for them. When do you think religion will fade away? Listen, man, I think, you know, like, man, let's say 1,000 years from now, when future civilizations look back at my work, when future civilizations 1,000 years ago come back and they're watching my YouTube videos, I hope that those civilizations have gotten past this whole religious shit. I think they're all going to look back at all of us and be like, man, people really believe that shit, huh? People really believe that shit? Like the way we look at the Romans believing in Zeus and all that other shit. I mean, the Greeks believing in Zeus and all that other shit, you know, like the way we look at that, or that we look at the Egyptians worship Ra, the sun god. Like the way that we look at that, I think they will look at like all religion right now. They're like, they really believe this shit? Are you fucking shitting me? Are you shitting me? I can't believe it. You know, the way we look at like, you know, a few hundred years, like 100, 200 years ago, we used to burn women that we thought were witches. You know, like we look at that shit, like hopefully 1,000 years ago, they'll be like, damn, man, I cannot believe so many people thought of that shit, thought that that shit was reality. And I hope within 100 years that we at least stop killing each other over, as humans, we at least stop killing each other over religion. It's better. I mean, it's better now than it was a few hundred years ago, right? It's better now than it was during the Crusades or the Inquisition. You know, like we made progress, and I hope we can just continue to do that. You know, I hope so, man. Fuck, shit is out of hand. Shit. Diana Ross or Beyonce? Beyonce, man. Please answer. Do you actually think milk is healthy for building muscle? Do you think milk can kill you and give you cancer? From a lot of people online are saying that. Who are these people online saying that? Are they fucking doctors? Do they have research behind it? It's like, yo, the milk companies pay the doctors to say what they want. Yo, you can fool some of the doctors some of the time, but you can't fool all the doctors all the time. You know what I'm saying? You can't corrupt every doctor all the time. It's like, listen, some people have a disposition that's genetically predisposed to not being able to tolerate milk. You know, they might have issues with it. And then other people are saying, oh man, we're the only animal. This is my favorite shit. We're the only animal that drinks another animal's milk. What the fuck? Milk is for baby cows. We do a lot of shit that other animals don't do. One, we domesticate animals. We floss. We brush our teeth. We wear clothing. We build elaborate shelters. We have a written and oral language. Like, if you want to say, like, don't say we shouldn't drink milk because fucking animals don't do it. You saying we should adopt the best course of action is to adopt strategies to be more like the fucking beast? George's about to go shit in the box of sand. Is that some shit I should do because the animals do it? What was the question? Oh yeah, I love milk. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's gonna cause cancer, man. I don't think it's gonna give me cancer. Honestly, if I believed it was gonna give me cancer, I wouldn't fuck with it, you know? Right? Listen, stop listening to all the fear mongers. Let me tell you the truth about humanity right now, the current state of humanity. Right now, human beings are living longer, healthier lives than any other time in human history. All right? Right now, we are living in the most prosperous civilizations of all time, the healthiest civilizations of all time. Do not listen to the fear mongers. What they are saying is not based on accuracy. It's based on bullshit. What's your favorite word in the English language? Execute. Execute is my favorite word in the English language. I like it because it can be a double entendre. It can mean a lot of different things, but it always has to do with action. And I'm a pretty action orientated. I have a bias towards action. Where do you usually search for new books and categories? And Amazon recommends books only based on what I learned. I have other friends based on my previous orders. I have other friends who read a lot. My best friend Dunson, P. Dunson, he reads a lot. We bounce shit off each other. I'm familiar with a lot of different authors. I read reviews on Amazon. You know, other maybe, you know, Elliot used to give some book recommendations. Ty Lopez gives good book recommendations. A lot of times I'm looking for a subject. and then I search for that subject. I search for books on that subject, then I look reviews and just kind of try to figure it out. Sometimes you get a book and it's not good, and just like sometimes you go to a movie and it's not good. What do you think about the protocol in the 4-hour body for gaining muscle? I don't know anybody who's done it personally, and I've never done it personally. So I really don't want to. I don't think I can give it a fair assessment. Like some people are so quick to hear something and be like, ah, that doesn't work. That's bullshit. Like, well, how do you know it doesn't work? How do you know it doesn't work? Right? If you don't have any experience with it or don't know anybody who has experience, how do you know it doesn't work? You haven't tried it, man. Socrates said, I forget exactly what he said, but basically said, listen, I don't know shit. That's why I'm the smartest motherfucker. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he was trying to say. Intermittent fasting, will it hurt my gains if I lift heavy at 7 a.m. and wait till 2 p.m. to eat? I know some people do that shit, man, on intermittent fasting, but I do. Listen, if I had to work out first thing in the morning, I would not do an intermittent fasting protocol. I'm just being honest with you. I wouldn't do it. You can try it and see if it works for you, but that's not something I would even give real consideration. But that's just me, like you got, as with all things, it's all hypothetical until you apply it to your own life. But that's if I had to work out in the first thing in the morning, there was no other options, I would not do intermittent fasting. All right. When in your life you were in a bad situation, were you in depression? If so, how did you break out of it? Yeah, I've been through a few bouts of depression, man. Like probably when my father killed him. I think I have a predisposition to depression, like genetically, like cause I'm pretty sure my dad went through it too. He committed suicide, so he probably wasn't feeling so fucking great. When he killed himself, I went through a period. I went through another period. With just like a lot of bad things that happened to me in a row. And I was like this is when I'm at these rock bottom periods, like when a few times I just hit rock bottom. I can think of about 3 or 4 times. And it happens. And you hit that bottom, and I don't know if depression is the right word for what I felt, but it was definitely something, and maybe depression. And action gets you out of it. Action, you got to stop. At some point, you got to stop fucking feeling sorry for yourself and take action. And that's what gets you out of it almost every time, man. Massive action, intense action, all out. And the beauty of hitting rock bottom is there's nothing to lose, except for maybe your life. But if your life ain't so great, you really ain't losing nothing. It might be a net positive if you die and if you're really fucked up. So go for it. Why every bodybuilders I know, they take protein shakes. That's how it was written. That's not me. That's how it was written. Well, yeah, I mean, because there's nothing magical about protein shakes within themselves. It's just a very convenient and efficient, practical way to get more protein into your diet. Like if you're on a go, you can just grab a shake. They sell them at fucking corner stores now, or 7-Eleven, or wherever you go. And it might just be easier than walking around with a bag full of steaks. It might just be like I'm about to go to California this tomorrow. Fuck, tomorrow I gotta pack. I'm going to California tomorrow, and I'm bringing a bunch of like protein bars and shit with me because I don't know what the eating situation will be like, especially at the airport. It's just easy. I know I can get my requisite amount of protein. Yo, BBC, you're my inspiration. What do you think about dancing? You have really changed many things in my life, and all your videos you make. Thanks. Dancing, I don't dance, man. I don't really dance, man. That's like sometimes I wish I was a guy who liked to dance because it seemed like people were having fun doing that shit. But I'm just not really into dance. I never have been. I never have been, man. I never liked that shit. And that's just me, though. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. You know, it's fine if you like it, you're into it. Especially like I know certain cultures are like really good. What would you do with the money if you won the lottery? The lottery is actually it's not a contest like people think. It's really a tax on stupidity. So I don't fucking do the lottery. I don't play the lottery. But if I don't even want to win the lottery, right? Like for me, I want to earn everything I get. You know, there's a certain satisfaction and pride and honor that comes with earning it, you know? Like so it's like I'm especially like right now where I'm at in my life, upper middle class, but I came from nothing, like fucking nothing. The black ghetto, South Side Chicago, you know, one point we were the murder capital of the United States, gang infested, nothing. I came from nothing, and to make it here, it feels like a big accomplishment. But if I just started here, I'd feel like, oh yeah, I'm just stagnant. So like, and if I can get to the point of like massive financial success and earn it, to me that's going to be more gratifying. You know, like everyone likes a success story. You know, so like I don't want to win it or to have someone give it to me. I want to go out and get it. You know, I want to earn it. Because luck is not a fucking strategy. Luck is not a strategy. Work ethic is a strategy. Action is a strategy. Careful planning, that's a strategy. So like if your fucking plan is to play the win the lottery, it's not a good plan. It's probably the worst plan you can have. But if I won the money, man, I don't know. Probably just I don't know. I'd probably lose my drive for life, man. I don't know. I'd probably just have a bunch of fucking what do you call it? I probably get a lot of those things. What do you call them? You order them sometimes off the prostitutes. What do you think? What's your opinion of growth hormone? I don't know much about it. I know it makes your organs fucked up. It sounds dangerous, but then again, I don't know. I don't know about it. You know, I've heard of like women who aren't even like bodybuilders or into like the fitness lifestyle, like older women just taking growth hormones for like aesthetic, so they look younger and make their skin. That's kind of interesting, you know. I mean, not that I really give a fuck about how I look, but it seems like there's a lot to it, and I don't want to just say it's bad, but I don't know enough about it to give it a fair assessment. Any tips on speeding up recovery from injuries? Ice baths. Ice bath. That's what pro athletes do. And any kind of inflammation, if you ice it, you know, like get ice packs, that helps. Or take ice baths. The cold will reduce any kind of inflammation and help with the healing process. Take fish oil and get a lot of rest. What do you think about drinking beer? I don't really like alcohol that much, man. Like it's not really my thing. Like I don't drink often, you know. How do you stay on the grind? And does it get easier after a certain period of time? It gets easier once you find here's the thing. This is what you do. This is how you want if you want to like get on the grind, is get into a routine. So like your days become more predictable. And then that routine will become a habit. You know, like you're gonna do this at a certain time, this at a certain time, this at a certain time. And once that shit becomes a habit, then it really does become easier. You just kind of do it. It's just something you do, get into a routine, you'll be more effective, efficient, and it really will get easier. So just get a routine down. Get a routine. Get a routine down. Like that's why, I mean, I kind of don't want to go to LA tomorrow. Not because it won't be fun, or I'm just, just because I don't really want to break my routine, man. Like I like being in a routine. I really am most effective and efficient. When did you start going to the gym? Probably around 16. What kind of muscle plan would you suggest for a person who's trying to gain muscle strength? I'm sorry, who's trying to gain strength and muscle mass while maintaining mobility and speed? Something like heavy compound movements, full body workouts, heavy compound movements every other day, and then maybe this. I'm just picking shit out the air, man. And then the days you don't do that, maybe you do some plyometric shit, cardio, maybe depending on that might work. How do you not care what people think of you? I think I answered that early. It's more about focusing on what you think of you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't once you have a good idea of who you are and what you want and what you're accomplished, what you're capable of, then you won't even I don't really be you won't even be thinking about that shit. Like I don't really be thinking about, what does this person think about me, or what do they all think about me? Like I'm talking to fucking 250 people right now, and I'm just kind of chilling. You know what I'm saying? Not on some arrogant shit, but just like, once you believe in yourself, it's like you can kind of. I mean, I'm kind of like, if people don't fuck with me, they're wrong. I know how that sounds. I know how that sounds. Even when I said it, I'm like, man, this guy might be kind of arrogant, but that's how it sounds. And like, I had a video on how to increase your confidence. Like once you start doing that shit for a certain amount of time, man, you'll just believe in yourself to the point where you just don't think about what other people think, other people's opinion. Um, yeah, man. I remember The Rock said, because I was watching the fucking wrestling when I was a kid. I was 6. I remember this shit like yesterday. Somebody said, and The Rock said, so you think I should, what do you think I should do? And then the guy says, well, I think that he's snatching the mic. I'll wipe my ass with what you think. Yeah, man, that's how I feel, man. I'll wipe my ass with what you think, Not you specifically, but like just, society. um, please answer. I am wrong for constantly questioning my parents' upbringing. I always feel I have to find answers through web and research rather than my parents, rather than that question was phrased a little funny. I mean, listen, man, I'm glad you're questioning, man. Question everybody. Question me. Question, like they don't always know best. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. When I was younger, I thought that my parents and just parents and everybody's parents, for some whatever, when you're real young, you think that the parents are just infallible, and they just know, but they're just people, man. They make mistakes. They have parents, like all around, all of our parents. They make mistakes. They have very varying levels of intelligence. They're just fucking people. They're just fucking people, man. So I would definitely say you should do your own due diligence. I mean, especially if you're of age, man. That's good. I'm glad you're doing that. That's part of being a man. Like a child, it makes sense for a child, a baby or a child to not to question their parents and just take what they say, just do what they say. Um, But you know, men should never do that with anyone. So like, I'm proud of you. I'm glad that means you're growing up. You're maturing. You know what I'm saying? You're not depending on mommy and daddy to tell you what's right. Man, that's a good thing, I think. What's the most? I mean, then again, I don't have kids, right? So my kids better do what the fuck I say, or go somewhere else. Go out there and live on the streets, man. Let's let fucking Darwin figure it out. What's the most annoying characteristic a man could have for you? And here's the thing, like I find when I'm around like other guys, like every once in a while, some guys exert, they try to do weird shit to prove that they're the man, or prove that they're I'll try to display some sort of do something to display some sort of alpha status. And I find that like guys do that, and it's been happening like increasingly like over the last like year or two, like to me, you know, like, and it's just weird to me. Like guys will do like little silly shit like shake your hands like this, like try to put your hand down. And it's like, fuck, man. Like as soon as someone shakes my hand, I was like, fuck, man. It's like they got something to prove, you know, like they're going out of their way to prove something. And I find that annoying. Right? Like I just find that annoying, and it reeks of insecurity. It just reeks of insecurity. Like maybe they feel threatened by me, or maybe they just have that attitude where they just gotta go around trying to prove themselves everywhere they go. But that really bothers me. That really bothers me. I find it repulsive to the point where when I'm around someone and I feel like they're trying to flex, for lack of a better term, I disown them. Like I totally disown them. I don't really want anything to do with that because I'm not in that competition. I'm not here to fucking show off or to be. I don't care who the alpha male is, right? Like I have fucking goals and I'm trying to accomplish my goals, and they my for me my goals are have nothing to do with any other man or any other fucking. I'm not trying to compete with for status with motherfuckers. You know, that's what I feel like. Motherfuckers are competing with status, and like that has nothing to do with my goals in life. And if I meet someone who is of higher status than me, and it's someone who can help me accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish, you know, law 24 of the 48 laws of power. Flatter and yield to your superiors. You know, I don't try to fucking flex in front of this motherfucker and show him that I'm the man too. I'm the man too. I got juice too. It's not, it's like it's unnecessary and it's counterproductive. Right? If I meet somebody who's in a superior position than me, then I want to align myself with that person, and so I can help move myself up the chain. I mean, but really, my goals are kind of don't have anything to do with that. So like, I just get really annoyed when guys try to when I'm around men and they try to do that, and I also get annoyed when women try to guys or women try to. I hate people who try to have to prove that they're the smartest person in the room. Like it really bothers me, you know, like or just anybody who feels like they have something to prove bothers me in general. It's just like it means it reeks of insecurity, and I don't want to be around that. What's your 100 meter time? I don't remember, man. You asked me to remember fucking 15-year-old numbers, man. I can't do that shit. What do you do for a living? I do a lot of like I do some online marketing. I have some like little smaller businesses that I run online, and I do some consulting too, like business consulting. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. Am I able to lose 30 pounds in 4 months? I think you, I mean, if you go on the right diet, I think you can. You're on the right program. Link below. $1, best dollar you ever spent. Seven secrets to burn fat fast as hell. Bring on white boy Brian. Um, yeah, man, he lives in Harlem. Brian lives in the fucking hood. White boy Brian lives in the. It's funny, man. Like I live in a fucking, like literally a rich neighborhood in Queens, right? It's called Forest Hills. Like there's fucking like there's some guys here who had just two Maybachs that I see around. Some guys with Ferraris. I see Bentleys. It's like real expensive to live here. And Brian lives in the fucking hood. He lives on a 110th and no 140th in Broadway, 145th in Broadway. We used to be roommates at one point, man. I hated it there, man. It was like this shit fucking, all I heard was reggaetons and sirens 24 hours a day. Yo, I'm from Southside. I'm from the South Side, Chicago also. I'm 20, but you're my inspiration to get somewhere from nothing. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yo, you can do it, bro. You can do it, man. You can do it. Like the biggest problem with growing up in the hood is like it's not the hood itself, it's the attitude of everyone. It's like it doesn't really feel like, yo, man, it's like, yo, I know when I go back, like, and I talk to my nephews and his friends, they're like, yeah, teenagers, early 20s, late teens, and I can tell these kids don't believe that they can like grow up and be hedge fund managers or fucking CEOs. Like it's the fucking attitude. It's like people don't believe that they can like, and I don't think I could too. Leaders, I don't think. I'm sorry. Back then, I don't think I thought it was possible for me to really get out and do anything else. Like that's the worst problem. It's like the attitude. No one really believes they can get out, and that attitude is contagious. But I'm just telling you, you can, man. What happened to me? I got sent away to military school, and I was there on some sort of minority. I was like some sort of minority scholarship, and I was the only black dude, one of the only black dudes there. I was the only black dude in my graduating class, but there was some rich kids there because it was just, like I was there on some kind of scholarship, but like there was some rich kids there. It was basically a reform school for like a lot of rich kids. It was, and I would go to like some of their houses, man. Like motherfuckers had horses and shit in the crib, like a stable outside. I'm like, fuck, these motherfuckers are so rich. And then like seeing that shit in person made me want something better than just fucking, you know. You can do it, bro. I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you. What do you think about Bruce Lee's philosophy? Bruce Lee was a great man. He had a lot of he was wise, wise beyond his years. How's it going with the music? Remember music and stuff. Yeah, man, my band, Something for the Pain. You can download the link, music in the link below. We've been working on some new shit, but like just like slow. We just been throwing around ideas back. We've both been real busy the last few years. In fact, OD, man, he just announced. I can tell you guys now. He just announced that his wife is pregnant, man. So that's cool. That's cool. So he's a little busy, man. What are your thoughts on Mr. Yorkie? I don't know who that is, man. I'm old, man. So like, if it's some like new shit that like the kids are fucking with, I ain't really gonna know what that shit is, man. I don't watch a lot of TV. Love the book club. Please do more forever. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. Like, yo, I met this dude I was in NXT. I went in there after the gym, the sports NXT sports nutrition, and I met some kid, man, who said, "Yo, you BBC Big Brandon Carter." I'm like, "Yeah, man, what up, what up?" And he told me he started reading because of me, and I was like, "Yo, I love that shit more than anything. Like that makes me the happiest." Well, that makes me more happier than when people say they lost weight or they built muscle. When someone said they started reading because of me, man, like that shit touches me. Like that's how I know I'm having an impact, right? Because even if I'm not just having, because that's like leading you down a path that can take you so many places. You know, like that really makes me happy, man. Now, if more of y'all would just say, "Hey, man, I'm an atheist," because then I would be really feel that even make me even happier. Nah, but reading, man, you know, reading is what's up. What's your favorite movie? Gladiator. Gladiator. I hate when people can't answer questions like that. Like, what's your favorite movie? Oh, I don't know. I like so many. Or what's your favorite song? I don't know. I like so many songs. I'm like, yo, make a decision. Make a decision. You're a man. Be decisive. Make a decision. It's not that big of a deal. It's not life or death. I'm not asking you which wire to cut to defuse the bomb. What fucking movie do you? What's your favorite movie? Make a decision. Make a decision. Be a man, for God's sakes. Yeah, so I say all to say Gladiator is my favorite movie. Lean cuts of pork okay to eat? Yeah, man. Any advice on to do well in the real estate industry? Read, you know, whatever. Learn sales, man. Learn sales. Learn sales. Learn sales. And hustle. The dude I know in New York, in DC, I used to work for him a minute. He's a multimillionaire now, right? But he was like, just when he was just getting started with his brokerage, yo, what he used to do is like, DC is like notoriously hard to find parking spots and shit. So what he used to do is he used to go see more houses than everyone. Like he would know all about the house. He would go check them out before he brought a client. But how he would check it out, what he did was he had a little scooter, right? Little scooter, right? He's my man. He's homosexual, so he didn't mind riding the scooter, right? So you might want to get something else, you know. But he would ride the scooter all through DC, and he didn't have to spend time looking for parking spots, so he could go from house to house quick. So like when he was taking customers or clients to see houses, he had already saw them. He wasn't like guessing if they might like the house or not. He had already seen all the houses, so he didn't have to waste their fucking time taking them to see shit that they didn't want. You know, if they said they wanted this kind of house, he said, you know what, I saw this house over here, let's go. And he was taking them to the right house. So like he didn't have to waste their time or his time taking them to see a bunch of bullshit, you know. And so he's closes more sales than other brokers. That's a little tip, man. That's a little tip. Find a way to see the houses or apartments or whatever first, and try to find a way to see them fast. So when you take people when you take potential clients to the houses, you're not wasting their motherfucking time. How did you do on the 90 Day Squat Challenge? I think I did a video on it, man. People always said, y'all know I did do a video on it. Me and my man, we did a video on it, man. I had to buy new jeans, bro. Like I had to buy all new jeans. Like I do not fit in my jeans no more. I tried to wear some the other day. Like me and Shorty, we went out to like a restaurant, and I tried to put on like a nice pair of jeans, and I had to squeeze in them. She started laughing at me. Like, yo, you look like Ricky Martin right now. I look like I was on some old. I look like Menudo, old school Latino shit, man. Can you tell us how it feels to have a successful YouTube channel? It's weird, right? Because my like friends don't watch my YouTube channel. Like people I know in real life don't. So it's like weird to like have people who like into it tell me I'm their idol, and I love that shit. I'm glad I can influence people in a positive way. But like my friends and family don't give a fuck. my mom doesn't even fucking really understand what the fuck YouTube is, you know? Like, so it's kind of cool. So maybe that keeps me grounded, I guess, you know, like, cause they don't you know, I'm just a regular guy to them, you know, and I am just a regular guy, like everybody. The only time it feels different is somebody recognizes me outside, which happens a lot, or at the gym, and that's kind of cool. That makes me feel happy because it's usually like they're usually telling me that they appreciate my shit, and that makes me feel good because I know a lot of people talk shit, man. A lot of people talk shit about me and say, everybody on the internet ain't nice. I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody on the internet ain't nice. So when people tell me that they like my shit, man, it really makes me feel good, and it makes me want to continue and hopefully I'm having an impact, in a positive way. Right? I don't know. Uh, you ever had a $5 foot long from Subway? Yeah. Yeah, February. Is it February any now? Is it February? Are they doing that shit right now? I haven't been watching TV, but is it February any? I need to fuck with it, man. I need to fuck with it. Mr. Yorkie equals Leroy Colbert. Is that dude, the black dude, the old black dude who's a bodybuilder? I think that's the listen. I know there's an old black dude who used to be a bodybuilder, and he talks in a room that looks like this with a picture of himself behind him, right? And what I like about that dude is he be saying, yo, full body workout, the same shit I be saying. The same shit I be saying, full body workouts. I used to be about them splits though. I used to be about that split life. But then I tried full body workouts and I found it was better for me, and then I started using, I had other people do it and they found good results with it as well. I can't guarantee it'll work for you. But what you need to do is always be open to changing your position, right? Don't start to identify yourself with any philosophy. Don't be so quick to pledge your allegiance to anything, because you might find you might find evidence to the contrary, right? But if your ego is involved is attached to this ideology, then it's going to be hard for you to make it. It's going to be mentally hard for you to make adjustments because you feel like, oh man, I proclaimed this. I yelled this shit from the mountaintops. Now I got to go back on it. And I made that mistake too. I remember when intermittent fasting first came out. I was like, man, that's a fad. I don't try that fad shit, man. Fuck out of here. And then I tried it. And now I was wrong, man. I was fucking wrong, And it was humbling, like you don't be so close. Don't be so quick to pledge your allegiance to anything. You know what I'm saying? Rule number 20, 48 laws of power. You know what I'm saying? Never choose sides. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm in college. I'm majoring in engineering, but after watching your videos, I want to switch to business. All right. Did your degree make a big difference to where you are today, or is college a waste? All right, listen. Here's my big gripe. The problem I have with college. I find it hard to believe that 4 years is just the optimal amount of time to learn any subject, right? You mean to tell me that it takes the exact amount of time to learn engineering as it does to learn marketing or accounting or theater or or communications or advertising or biology? 4 years, just a magical amount of time. It's just like my girl, she had a marketing degree too. We went to the same school. I was like, we were talking. It's like, do you really fucking think that we needed to be there for 4 years? If you think about the applicable knowledge we learned in school, the applicable knowledge, the knowledge we use all the time, how long would we have to have been to how long would we have to have gone to just learn the shit we needed? And like I don't think I needed to take weightlifting class in college. I think that's fucking bullshit, you know. Um, I did get that A though. I got that A in weightlifting. Um, she said 2 years, you know, and she's somebody she went on to get her MBA from Fordham. She's the smartest person I know. She's the smartest person. Listen, when you're picking, listen, don't go for brains. But if you can get both, I got both, luckily, you know what I'm saying? But if I had to pick just one, I'd pick brains because you actually got to talk to these motherfuckers. You can't just have sex with them. You got to talk to them. So go for brains. But anyway, um, what was the question? Oh yeah. So it's like, damn, I feel like college doesn't need to be that long, man. It doesn't need to be that long. But here's the thing: if it was only 2 years, they couldn't siphon 4 years of money out of me. But she went on a fucking scholarship. She had the goods, right? Here's the thing: everybody who pays for college out of their own pocket or gets loans, all of us are subsidizing the kids who are really smart, who got scholarships. They only let us in to subsidize the real smart kids, like, you know what I'm saying, like my girl or like the fucking athletes. All of us people, kids of average intelligence, are there strictly to subsidize the smart kids. Here's the thing: a lot of people don't go to college. You know, a lot of entrepreneurs, famous people drop out or don't go, but they're the exception, not the norm. And I would say, if you got $1 million idea, if you got the next Facebook, or you got the next Microsoft, Bill Gates dropped out of college. If you got some shit like that going, if you got a fucking multi-million-dollar idea, then fucking go do that shit. College school ain't going nowhere. Fucking capitalize on that idea. You might not be able to do it in a few years. But if you don't got the next fucking Facebook, if you don't got the next Facebook, you might as well take your motherfucking ass to college, right? You might as well take you're available, right? What the fuck are you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do? But if you got the next Facebook or a fucking amazing business idea, then fucking, then go for that shit. If you got an opportunity, any kind of fucking lucrative opportunity, then go for it. Go for it. If the NBA wants to draft you, or you got offered some fucking high position or some internship or something, if you got a legit opportunity and a plan for your life, you got a plan for your life already and a legit opportunity, then go for that shit, man. School ain't going nowhere. There'll always be schools. But if you don't have that shit, you might as well go get some education, man. You might as well get some education. And I don't think I was mature, even if I did have that shit. Like, I graduated from high school at 17. I don't think I was fucking mature enough to go out into the real world and do shit, So I think I needed those years to mature. And if I was honest with myself, I probably needed fucking 4 more years, 4 or 5 more years to mature post, you know what I'm saying? So if I was being honest with myself. Somebody asked, what is intermittent fasting? Oh, that's something you should Google that, man. How'd you get into modeling? I was scouted, man. I didn't even try. I wasn't even trying. It was not something I wanted to eat. Not even something I thought about. I was just scouted. It was like, hey, man, you can do this shit. And I was like, all right, word. Let's see. Oh, I can't do this shit. Cool. How do you make yourself a better version of yourself? You work on it. You decide what you want to learn, what will make you better. You know what I'm saying? See where you lack and try to make those. There's 2 ways to go about it. You can try to see what you lack and then try to compensate for that by either learning, see what you lack and try to make up for that, or you can find out what you're good at and expand on that. You always want to be learning. You always want to be learning. That's why I'm so big on reading. And a lot of you aren't going to read, so I try to drop jewels and shit in my videos. And you just work on it. When you work on yourself, you're a work in progress always. Listen, I've been doing this shit for mad long. I'm sorry, so I'm about to get up out of here. I gotta go. Wifey just came home. I heard her get in, so I'm about to get out of here. Wait. You think you could have gotten where you were today if you didn't have a degree in marketing? Yeah, for sure. But here's the thing. You guys, if you guys are in high school now or even in college, what you're going to be doing for a career might not exist now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't think, the shit, if I couldn't have planned to do what I do now, right? The internet wasn't popping like this. There was no YouTube. There was no the other marketing shit I do, internet marketing. I couldn't have planned it. It didn't exist. There was no infrastructure. It didn't exist. The coolest website was Yahoo. Shit did not exist. So, and I can almost guarantee that there will be new opportunities. By the time you guys are adults, there will be new opportunities then that don't exist now. I can almost guarantee it because technology is developing so fast. I heard like this technology expert, and they were predicting that within by 2017, the computers that we have today, the average $1,000 computer you buy today, will be twice as fast as the computers from now. You know what I'm saying? Twice as fast in 2 years. And then 2 years from then, the computers will be twice as fast as that. So you imagine fucking 4 years, the computers will be fucking 2 times as fast. I don't know, man. I'm sorry, 4 times as fast. So that's gonna revolutionize that's just home computers. So who knows, servers and the technology, things are gonna start advancing at a rate that's gonna be mind-boggling. Technology will advance so fast that it's gonna be hard to wrap your mind around it. So I say all that to say it's best to get as much education as you can and try, because shit is accelerating at a tremendous speed, and you want to be ready for it when you're ready to jump in. All right, man, I gotta go, guys. It's been 2 hours. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all, listen, I'm gonna be in LA Expo. If y'all gonna come through. We actually ordered some more. We were almost sold out of highlight shirts, so we ordered some more. We got some some more. Thank you everybody who bought some. If you're gonna be LA, rock your highlight shirt, man. Let's represent, man. I hope some of y'all come out. Anyway, I'll let you guys. Peace.